Thanks for inviting us in on this Friday night. You know, flu season just started in October, but Indiana has already lost a Hoosier to this illness. And this flu season is already looking worse than last year. Back in 2020, 7 Hoosiers died from the flu. In 2019, we lost 137. Tonight, health officials are urging Hoosiers to get their flu shot to avoid this twindemic. So in tonight's big story, we want to examine the flu cases and explain why the numbers were lower last year. We'll also see where flu cases are climbing across the country. And our Verify team is in tonight, fact-checking common claims about the flu vaccine, plus where you can go right now to get a flu shot. At this point in last year's flu season, Indiana had not reported a single death from the flu. During the first week of the official flu season in 2020, we saw 481 cases. This year, 693 cases already in the same week. That's a 44% increase. Now, it's important to remember last year's masking and social distancing were more common. Fewer places were allowing large gatherings, and more people were staying home when they got sick. Let me show you what's happening across the country in terms of flu activity. Most of the states that you see here in green, including the state of Indiana right now, have minimal flu activity. New Mexico has moderate activity. And look at what's happening in Washington, D.C. The District of Columbia currently very high in terms of flu activity.
It's important that we have accurate information, so let's verify some fast facts about the flu. Our sources are this panel of health experts and top scientific organizations. First, let's answer this. Is there a best time to get the flu shot? Our experts say that the answer is yes. The best time to get the shot is before the end of October, because that's usually when flu season starts to pick up. Let's move on to our next question. Is it true that getting the flu shot can cause a positive COVID test? And this one is false. Here's how our experts explain it. The flu shot causes your body's immune system to make antibodies that protect you from influenza. Those antibodies are completely different from the ones that you would have if you were fighting COVID-19. And COVID tests look for genetic makeup unique to SARS-CoV-2, not the flu. Bottom line, having flu antibodies will not cause you to test positive for COVID-19. And let's move on to our last question. Can you get your flu shot and a COVID booster shot at the same time? Our experts say that there isn't a lot of research, but early data says that the answer is yes. Take it from Johns Hopkins professor Dr. Anna Durbin.
I'm very convinced that it's very safe to give these vaccines either at the same time or within days of one another. It's unlikely that it's going to affect the immunogenicity or the protective effectiveness of either of these vaccines.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Now, if you haven't gotten your flu shot yet, we want to help you find a provider tonight. We've got a link to this site on WTHR.com right now, or you can head straight to vaccines.gov. Then hit I'm looking for flu vaccines and then type in your zip code. Remember, the flu shot can also be administered as a nasal spray in case you have a needle phobia. Again, we've got the link to this site on our website and also on our news app. And that wraps up tonight's big story.